Hey class, welcome to Unit 1. So this week we are going to be talking about reconstruction and westward expansion. This is going to be a building block for what we are reviewing in the rest of the course. As we proceed through this week's studies, what I'd like you to do is just keep in mind the impact that the reconstruction as well as western expansion had on the future units that we're going to be studying here. To study this, we are going to have a number of assignments here. To start, we are going to have the chapter 16, 17, and 18 quizzes. These quizzes are going to be multiple choice. They're about 10 questions long. Please take your time on there. I am going to allow for multiple attempts on these because this is a great study tool. So please, as you review these, take your time, use your reading, use your references, and work your way through here. You'll have a great experience with it. So that's your chapter 16, 17, 18 quizzes. Now we're going to get into a fun assignment. This is called the Reconstruction Mixer. This is written assignment number 1 that you're going to have for this of 2. This week, I should say. So, the Unit 1 Reconstruction Mixer role play. Take a look at these reference documents up on here of using some primary sources and just some general background information. Now we get into the Reconstruction Mixer role play discussion. This is an assignment that's got a few moving pieces with it, so just please go ahead and bear with me as we roll through here. It'll pay off when you are able to successfully submit this assignment. I'm not going to read this whole thing here. I'm going to hit on the high points. All right, part 1. This is going to be a multi-part assignment. So in part 1, we are going to take a look at your assignment of who is your Reconstruction era role that you're going to be taking on here. I've assigned each of you in the class. If you happen to be a late add or you don't see your name on here, please go ahead and just send me a text message. I'll get you added on here and we can get things rolling along. So you have your person that you are assigned to, and now there are a number of primary sources associated with each of these. So let's take a look at Lucy Stone. You can see your primary source down here. For those of you who are taking the history course for the first time here or need a little brush up on things, we got primary sources versus secondary sources. Primary source would be something that's written at the time or something that's has been written by contemporaries or other people who are participating at the time. That's a primary source. A secondary source, on the other hand, would be a textbook or a scholarly journal article that was written after the fact. Moving along with this, each person has a number of primary sources associated with them. Next, we're going to build a 3 to 5 slide presentation about your person. This will be your mini biography, let's call it, of a PowerPoint presentation. Again, read the instructions for this, pretty straightforward. Provide your citations. Last slide is going to be a bibliography page. And then you are going to upload the presentation along with the using your document outline, which is building that biographic information in a second document. Upload both of those into the discussion. Okay? Next up, we are going to actually do the role playing of this. You're going to find someone who fits the ground rules in here, so somebody who is not your person, and you are going to select 2 of these 5 questions, and that is the question that you are going to answer inside of the discussion forum for somebody else. Then after you do this, we are going to need to, so you'll go in, you'll respond to at least 2 of your classmates, go ahead and screenshot the response that you post, and that's going to get uploaded into the Unit 1 Reconstruction Mixer questions. Once you get started on this, I promise it's not going to be that complex. And if you do have any questions, just send me a text message. You'll upload the screenshot of this, or you can just copy paste what you wrote in there, and that will provide me the opportunity to kind of see a consolidated list of who you're responding to. We'll get these grades posted. It's going to be great. Backing up a little bit here, that is the first assignment. And this is one of the only multi-tiered assignments that you're going to have in this course, so please don't feel too intimidated by the long instructions here. Next up, we're going to have a little bit more of a straightforward assignment, and that is going to be another role-playing of the Unit 1 discussion for railroad expansion in the West and Native Americans. Go ahead and read through your instructions here, and then let's talk about the assignment itself. So we're going to use the term role-playing here. This doesn't mean to take on the perspective of a person and write in the third person. Here, we can just get right into it. Of course, please be respectful of each other and avoid stereotypes of things, but the assignment is going to have you take on the perspective of a railroad magnate or a Native American representative. Get into first-person character. You can make a little background about yourself. Get into it. This doesn't need to be our usual dry forum post where you log on and you just agree with somebody for the sake of writing less. We want to get away from that in this. We want to actually get in here and have substantial conversations with one another, and the role-playing exercises that you'll see for the rest of the course are a great opportunity to do so. Again, if you have any questions, send me a text message. We'll talk it out, and we will answer your questions. So, just to recap, we have our 3 quizzes, Chapter 16, 17, 18. Then we have that multi-part assignment for the Reconstruction mixer. And lastly, we're going to have the maps discussion. On this one as well, the maps discussion, we're going to describe, or we're going to respond to at least 2 of our classmates. After you do all that, that's our week here. Again, this information stacks up from week to week. We're going to expand on this the following week. We're going to try some different assignments. We're going to have some fun with it. I'm always available to answer questions, so feel free to reach out to me. And thanks so much. We're doing great work on the introductions as well as the mandatory attendance quizzes, so please keep that up. And look forward to starting to interact with each of you, and we're going to have a great 8 weeks. Thanks, everybody.